Again, I'm just going to let Kevin talk to you about the Karbon Protocol. If you watch part one where I gave an overview of this, and then obviously I uploaded the Zoom call that we all had, this is just going to outline Kevin's plans on how he's going to turn the Karbon token from 20 cents per token to over $20. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks very much for watching. Before we go, don't forget you can access all my links in one place using my link tree. I'll put the link down below, and obviously I'll put the links to sign up to Karbon and the Karbon token below too. It is my understanding that Carbon Elite's closed, but if you are serious about getting involved, what I'll do is I'll message Kevin or his admin team and see if there is any availability and spaces left. But I say thanks very much for watching and have a good day.
Give me a yes. Let me know in the chat if this is you, right? I really want to see if this is you, because this is me and this is a lot of people that we know in our community. You've missed pretty much every opportunity that has come out, and you've always asked yourself, like, hey, why didn't I know about that coin? Why didn't I know about that token? Why didn't I know about that project? What is going on here? How could I have missed that? Why didn't I have somebody tell me about this project that came out? How come I was never informed that this thing was going? And so it causes you to over and over and over again miss these opportunities that pop up. You hear about the other guy, you hear about the other person who was able to make, crazy money. And you didn't know about it at the time, right? The story comes out after the fact. So if that's you and you've asked yourself like, hey, why didn't I know about that token? Why didn't I know about that coin? Why didn't I know about BNB when it was 10 cents? How come nobody tapped me on the shoulder, invited me to a webinar, or even spoke about this? They didn't tell you about it. You didn't know that you could get BNB when it was 10 cents. You didn't know about that token, and you didn't know that it was going to go to 651. But my goodness, if you would have known about this token at 10 cents, you would have made a lot of money. You know who does know about it? Closed group of people with deep pockets. That's who knows about it. Most people that are not in those situations don't know about it. What about this? DOT, right? Went from $3 to $51. If you would have bought in at $3 and dollar cost averaged out, meaning sell along the way as it hits key price points, you would have made an absolute killing, but everybody missed it, right? Everybody missed it, right? You didn't know about DCR, 95 cents to $233. I'm just showing you this stuff, not to like drill it in there and be like, you missed it. I missed it too. Nobody told me. I didn't know, right? So what we've done is we've reverse engineered these projects. We've reverse engineered them and said, look, what does it take for a token or a coin to go from that 10 cents to that $20, right? How do you take something from 20 cents to $20? How do you 100x a token? Let's look at that. Let's dissect it. Let's examine it. And let's put together a step-by-step game plan that gives us the ability as a community to go out there and do something like this. So if that sounds cool to you, being a part of a community, being part of a group of people who are building projects and building systems and tools and softwares, right? Just think about that. Being a part of these things and being a part of taking that token. Who here thinks that that would be amazing? Give me a 1 in the chat or a yes if you think that that would be like the dream, right? Being able to do this, to take a token from 20 cents to $20 and do it together every step of the way. It'd be crazy, right? So here's what we've done. We're going to go through real quickly how we go ahead and how these tokens have done it, because it's ridiculously simple, right? It's actually really simple, not easy, but simple. So let me show you how it's done. It's really can be explained in 2 words: utility and liquidity. Some of you know exactly what these things are. Some of you don't know what these things are. I'm going to give you a brief explanation of this, okay, on what utility and liquidity breaks down to, okay? Utility comes down to what is your coin or your token's purpose. Most of the coins or the tokens that are out there, you have zero clue what they even do, right? You don't know what they do. Most people can't tell me what ADA does or BNB does or even Ethereum, right? And that's okay, but you know that they have utility. They're being used for something, and that use, the reason why they exist, that's the utility. So what do, right? Some tokens don't do anything, right? But the ones that skyrocket and do well, they have a utility behind them. They have a use case. They're being used every single day for something. Also, liquidity, the ability That's the ability to sell your token or your coin without another person needing to buy it. So when you go purchase a token, it doesn't have to have somebody on the other end buy it because it has liquidity. That's a bucket of funds that allow you to buy and sell into it, right? We don't have to get too technical on it. Just understand that the more liquidity that is in a project, the higher the token or the coin price will go. So this is what it comes down to. More utility, more liquidity, exponential growth in the value. That's it. So what we've done is we've built out that utility and we're building out that liquidity right now for our token, for the Karbon token. So I'm going to show you guys how this works and how we do it. So first thing, let's tackle utility. How do we build utility for this? Well, it's pretty simple. What we do is the Karbon token has 4 decentralized products that we're bringing to bear into the markets. We're pushing out into the markets that are only there to benefit members, people who are using those products and services, but generate utility for the token. Entire projects, 4 of them, to generate utility and liquidity for our projects. Let me show you one of them real quick. I'm going to show you all 4 of them, but some of these you're going to get really excited about, and some you know might be a little overhead. If it's overhead, don't worry about it. Just focus on the ones that you see the mass potential in. So let's take a look. So Karbon Spaces, all right? This is a product that we are building out to generate utility, and we use this in real time right now. Now, let me ask you guys something. Who here has heard of NFTs? Give me a yes in the chat if you've heard of NFTs. What's up, Danny? Good to see you, man. Give me a yes in chat if you guys heard of NFTs, if you've heard of them, right? You've probably heard of them in your peripheral vision. You know, you've probably seen them. But typically when you see an NFT, a non-fungible token, you're thinking, okay, I don't know what this is. I don't care. But I see this craze around it of people buying and selling silly pixelated pictures of monkeys or some such nonsense. That is the takeaway that I initially had from NFTs, right? But there's an underlying use for them, okay? So what we did was we created a system called Karbon Spaces. And again, this is in beta, but Karbon Spaces actually has a use case and we're using it right now. I'm going to show you what this is. So Karbon Spaces enables the creation, the sales, and the distribution of NFTs along with the use of them, keyword being use. What does that mean? Well, the way that we interact with NFTs is not based off of what everyone has seen thus far. That's just the surface. What we look at is the underlying technology and how do we bring that technology, exploit it, and give it to the world in a different manner. How do we do that? Well, NFTs can be actually used to verify and validate ownership on the blockchain, right? On the blockchain. So what we've done is we've used these in a way where you can actually have an NFT and it proves that you own something or you have access to something. This is what it looks like in action. So imagine you have an NFT and instead of using Google Authenticator or in conjunction with Google Authenticator to secure a website, to secure a platform, to secure ownership of a software so you can see that you own these things. This right here is the NFT in action. What you're seeing on your screen is this NFT actually going on in and validating and verifying the user's access to the site. So they come on over, they put in their name and their email address, their password, right, to get in. And then they use the NFT to actually validate and verify that they have access to that product. Nobody's doing that. And I want you to think future on this. Right now, we have a product that anyone can come on over to, and they'll be able to put in their information for their NFT. They'll be able to mint it, sell it, and then secure their website with it. This brings real value to the NFT space, right? Crazy. Now, what's really cool, I don't want to get too far into this, but think of the applications of that, guys. If we can secure a website, we can secure and prove ownership that you have access to a certain digital property, eventually those NFTs can be on different products that you hold. Instead of carrying a key, you're having an NFT on your keychain that shows that you have ownership of the house. You see where this is going? So it can get kind of nutty in the future. We'll talk about that later on. But right now, the baseline technology, access to websites, replacing or using in conjunction with Google Authenticator to access your websites. Nutty stuff. Like Sean says in the chat, real nutty. So this is one of our platforms that we're opening up with the Karbon token, all right? Next, What else we have? We have Karbon Chat. This is a community. It's in beta right now. It's a community software that we built. We're decentralizing it. And so that most of these companies that are out there, and even us, right now we use Telegram for most of our communications, right? We use that because it's a really good product, but it also has a lot of distraction on that left-hand side. If you go into a Facebook chat, there's distractions all over the place, right? You can't focus on what you came there to do. So we built a platform called Karbon Communities, and that lets people go ahead and chat and gives companies a way to organize their communities to where they're not being distracted by ads, other products, other services, and spammers and so on and the like, right? All powered by the Karbon Token. Now, those things are cool, but let me show you something that's really awesome. And this is where I think most of you will really go, I get it, right? So about a year and a half ago, we started building a platform called Karbon. And that platform was a trade execution software. And this is what it looks like. So right now we have a trade execution software that we're running in real time. It's been running for the last year and a half in one form or another. And over the last couple of months, you'll see some of the stats that we've done. But what we're doing is we're taking an entire trading platform that we use that's been closed door, and we're opening it up to the masses to use the underlying technology that powers this platform. What does that mean? Well, Karbon is going to be rebuilt into Karbon DX, right? We're rebuilding an entire trading platform into Karbon DX, decentralized. And what we've done with this is we've built a platform that can open trades, close trades, and execute them on a 24-hour basis for traders. And we've managed and closed in profit over 203,605 different trades. I want you to let that sink in for a second, right? That is a lot of trades that we've been able to open and close and manage. These are some of those trades right here, okay? These are all winning trades. And what happens is, you'll see this. Look at this, 203,605 winning trades, guys. This is the technology that we are taking and decentralizing. We're taking the technology that's enabled us to do this and decentralizing it, and it's going to be powered by the Karbon Token, right? We've done this stuff, right? Open and close all those trades through the use of our advanced money management. It operates in stages. And so what this enables different traders that are out there to do, what they're able to do is they're able to go ahead, execute a trade, and the Karbon money management system will open that trade, close that trade, money manage that trade. Every time a trade opens, it's using Karbon Token. When we get signals, it's using our advanced money management. When we go ahead and check the status of a trade, it's using advanced money management. It's using this advanced technology that we've built over the years, over the last year and a half, right? That is, again, executed, open, and closed over 203,000 trades, 203,605 as of right before we went live on here, okay? Nutty stuff. Now, who needs this kind of stuff? Why would somebody want this, right? Well, there's millions of traders that are out there every single week that are trading. And the experience that they have right now, guys, is they go on their phone or they go on their computer and they open up a trade for a cryptocurrency to go long. They open it to go short, right? They open up a trade. And then they spend the rest of their evening waking up in the middle of the night to check their trade. All throughout the day, they've got to grab their phone and look at their trade all throughout the day because they have no protection, right? They have no protection on that trade. They're wondering, is this trade going to liquidate? Is it going to go too far south? What's going to happen with this? They don't have any stages or steps in place, the advanced money management that can manage those trades. And they don't know that Karbon exists. We've not told them yet, right? We haven't got out there and told them. How many people are in this space? How many people need this kind of product? Well, we've got 6 million users just on Bybit, 2 million users on BitGet. On TradingView, there's 3 million users that need this. And on Binance, 28 plus million users that need this kind of technology. They just don't know it exists, right? It's kind of like, does everyone in here, let me ask you guys a question. All right. Let me ask you a question. Who here has a microwave in your house? Who here has a refrigerator in your house? Let me ask you that. Right? You guys probably microwaved something today, right? Everyone does it. Like, I'm going to microwave that coffee after this call. And the reason why is microwaves can speed up the process and they get the job done for you, right? Warm it up instead of having to go outside, make a fire, right? Heat up your coffee in a pan and then put it back in your cup. You just stick it in the microwave back and warm up my coffee. This is the equivalent. These folks don't know that they need this technology. They have no idea that it exists. They think they've been living in a world where they just open up a trade and pray for the best, right? And then go get nervous and close it out a lot of times early at a loss because there's no automation to it. There's no automation, right? Yeah. And some of the platforms that exist out there, like 3Commas and some of the other ones that I see in the chat, those platforms, they don't do this either. They don't have the stages where they lower leverage, repurchase back in, and soup to nuts run that trade. And they sure don't care if you win or lose, right? So that is Karbon in a nutshell. Pretty crazy. So how do we get in touch with these folks? How do we get in front of them? Well, here's what we do. For those of you who know me, you might know my background, marketing, right? I have a couple different hats that I wear. Retired from the United States Air Force. And one of the things that I did when I was in the Air Force was I knew that there wasn't enough money. I wasn't making enough money in the military. Let me know if any military folks in here, right? Paychecks aren't that great. I retired out of the Air Force. I loved it. I stayed in, but I wasn't making enough money. So one of the things that I started doing was I learned marketing, right? I learned how to market and sell other people's products and services. Gave me an invaluable skill to the point where I can go out there and run ads on different websites. I did this for a very long time, and I do it to this day. Bing ads, Google ads, search ads, banner ads, retargeting ads, video ads, right? This is my bread and butter. This is what I do. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be running ads to all of these members, to the folks that are inside of BitGet. If you're in BitGet and Bybit and TradingView and Binance, you're going to see us everywhere, right? And so this is the opportunity we have in front of us, okay? Now, those are 3 different platforms that we are bringing decentralized. I want to show you guys the 4th, and this is called the Karbon Protocol. So let's go ahead and pop in here. I'm actually going to close these slides down and we'll go. Actually, how long have we been on here too, guys? Let me go ahead and pop in there and see. All right, not too bad. So far, we've been on here for about 22 minutes. So far, for those of you who popped in here, was it worth your time getting on here to see what is going on and what we're doing? Because I'm about to show you the 4th platform, and I'm going to show you how you can take advantage of it. So yes or no, was this worth your time popping in here? Yeah? All right, pretty cool. All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and pop in. Let's go ahead and end this slide, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pop into the Karbon Protocol. The Karbon Protocol, all right, let me open this up. Boom. This is a platform, and there's inevitably some folks on here that are using this right now and crushing it out already. Frankie says, hell yeah. So this is the Karbon Protocol, and I'm going to go through a little bit of this. We'll discuss more about what this does, because really the only thing that really matters at this moment is this right here, is this platinum program. But this is how we actually start our entire journey together and generate that liquidity that we need in order to get started with this token and do what we wanted to do, which is take a token from 20 cents to $20. That's our game plan, right? So here it is. This is the Karbon Protocol, where people can come in and they'll be able to see statistics on actually what's happening, and they'll be able to swap Karbon into USDC. What does that mean? Well, they'll be able to have USDC, which is a stable coin, and just swap it back and forth into Karbon to purchase that token until the max supply is exhausted. They'll also be able to go ahead and provide liquidity to the program. For those of you who know what that means, you get it. We'll get into more of this stuff later on, but this liquidity is going to be massive on the front end for the members that are coming after everyone on this call, right? They'll be able to earn, right, withdraw their funds, and they'll be able to, if they want to, partner with us and share this, right? They'll be able to partner with us and share this, okay? Now, the program right now that is running, and the only program that is happening in here, is actually the Karbon Platinum program. So I'm going to walk you guys through what that means and how this is going to work for you guys, all right? Let me pause this again, and we'll get into the Platinum program, because this is where, you know, when we talked about at the beginning of this, those members, those folks that knew about BNB, they knew about ADA, they knew about ETH, they knew about all these projects that we didn't know about. The way that they knew about those things was because they were higher level investors, and somebody came to them and said, hey, you know, we're doing an ICO for this, right? Initial coin offering. You can go ahead and get involved. You can get these tokens, you can purchase them. And it was usually big money that came in, and they're looking for a few small people. And what that means is you have 10, 20 people controlling the majority of the assets of any of those currencies, and those are the only folks that got to get on those really low prices, while the rest of us were able to fuel that and make them a lot of money. So what if we switch those roles, and instead of having just a couple people, we had a few thousand people that were able to benefit from this, get in at the ground floor, and then everyone that came behind, all those folks that are opening trades, closing trades, purchasing Karbon Token to run, manage, use those tokens to open and close those trades. What if we could make a group of people inside the Karbon Protocol that could earn money from that could get paid from that over and over and over again? What if we did that instead? What if we reversed the roles, right? So that's what we've done. So let's take a look at that, because we call that the Platinum program. And that is what is open right now, is our Platinum program. And you can get involved with it. You don't have to, but it'd be kind of crazy not to, right? So let's go ahead and pop into this. I'm going to show you what this is about. Some of you who know what I'm about to show you know it's nutty. Those of you who don't, this is what we want to focus on when we pay attention to this. So we opened up a Platinum program, and anyone on here can go ahead and partake in that. They can join that. They can get started with it. And here's what the Platinum members get access to. Okay, first off, I gotta let you know, this is limited. We will be closing this off. We have to, by the nature of tokens and how supply works. So there are only so many people can be involved with this, and then we close it down. All right, but here's what it entails. One, first mover advantage. When you get into these tokens at these low prices, we've got folks on here. Who here has Karbon Token right now? Hop in the chat if that's you. Because anyone who gets Karbon Token right now, you're getting them at the lowest price that the token will ever be at, right? It's that dream scenario where you're involved and nobody knows what you're doing. They'll find out later on, but right now they don't know. They don't understand. In 6 months, 7 months, a year from now, when they're purchasing Karbon Token at much, much higher prices, and you get to lock in yours at 20 cents, 21 cents, stuff like that. Nutty, right? So lowest price it'll ever be, okay? Platinum members, this is crazy, okay? Obviously, you get the most amount of tokens at the lowest price that the Karbon Token will ever be at. But also, Platinum members, what we're doing is we're doing something nutty, because you got to imagine, from my perspective and from our team's perspective, for me, what did I do for 2 decades? I was in the Air Force. I retired out of the military. And for 20 years, I spent my time, whether it be in normal locations or Austin locations, remote locations across the globe, I spent my time with a small, tight-knit group of people. And when I got out of the military, I just felt like it was great for the first month, and then it really sucked, because I didn't have a group of people, right? I didn't have my people anymore. They were scattered off doing their thing, and I didn't have them anymore. So what we're building, I'm always searching for that core group of people to be my people, my team, the folks that I dedicate my life to helping. And that's what we do. So the Platinum members, what we're doing is, whenever they join this Platinum program, they're getting 100% back of their initial token purchase. What does that mean? That means if somebody puts in $1,000, which is the minimum, right? We have a mechanism that I'm going to show you here in a minute, how they can go ahead and get that money back, right? How they can go ahead and get 100% of that back. So what that means is that program, what that means is that your tokens over time are ultimately free. If you believe in the project and what we're doing here, the tokens are free. It's nuts. No one ever does this. Why would they? Who would do this, right? So the way that we do this, okay, is this right here. The way that we do this, let me back up. There we go. Is this slide right here. So when people join, okay, what we're doing is you can get in for as little as $1,000 in token. And for most people, I would say, look, if you have other tokens, convert them into USDC, get in here, boom, because they're not going to go up as much as this token will. So what we do here is anyone who comes in with $1,000 to 10,000, they're receiving a percentage of the daily transactions. So we take 10% of all daily token sales, right? Once we go live with this and people start purchasing tokens on the front end to power their trades, to swap, all that kind of stuff. When they're doing that, 10% of those sales go straight to the platinum members, 10%. And we break that 10% down into buckets of how much people have in Karbon Token during the platinum program. So if you're in this section, this bucket where you have $1,000 to $10,000 in Karbon Token, then you'll receive 1.25% of all daily token sales will get into that bucket and be dispersed to those members via our smart contracts, right? 10,000 to 25, you're receiving 2.5% of all daily transactions. 25K to 50K, 2.75% of all daily token sales, right? Until such time as the initial USDC value that you put into tokens is paid for you, then you drop out of the program, and that's that, right? There's other programs, we're going to get into those, but that's what we're doing for our members because we want to de-risk this for you. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat that makes sense, guys. Right? Oliver, nice, man. Nice. Very cool, very cool. You got 9,713 tokens, he says. Really cool. Awesome. All right, so here's what we're doing next on top of this. We have while the Platinum program is going, we need your help getting the word out. We want you guys to share this, right? We want everyone to share this and get the word out. So what we've done is we set this up into generational depth. So if you bring somebody in, you can earn on 5 generations deep of them bringing other people in. So if somebody refers somebody in their pool, they're in your pool, boom, you're getting paid on that. Here's how that program works, right? Anyone that you bring in, you receive 10% of the tokens on the amount of purchase. So if somebody comes in and they spend $1,000, you're going to have $100 in tokens dropped to you. It's going to be sitting right in your back office. And these are those levels, right? 10% on level 1, 5 level 2, 2 level 3, 2 level 4, 1 level 5. Here's the cool part about this, guys. And this didn't exist, right? Just a couple days ago. What we're doing is by the end of this week, in the next 48 hours, you'll be able to, let me know in the chat if this is crazy. You'll be able to take those tokens that you get from referring people and swap them and change them into USDC immediately and withdraw your funds. Scale of 1 to 10, how crazy is that? So you can refer somebody in, get paid in Karbon Token, and you'll be able to go ahead and withdraw those in USDC. Nutty, right? We want to give people, our platinum members right now, a way to be generating an active income as they're building towards their passive income with Karbon right out the gate. You're going to see that functionality. We'll be talking more about that inside of our Platinum Telegram group, okay? I'll be giving you guys update videos on how that's progressing and so on and so forth. But that functionality will be there probably tonight or early tomorrow my time, which is nuts, okay? Yeah, pretty cool. All right, next thing that we're doing, all right? The next thing that we're doing is in the Platinum program is, and this is crazy, this is in addition to everything we've talked about, all right? The Platinum override, 25% of all front-end token sales will go to the Platinum members when those tokens are being purchased to execute trades. So once we have Karbon DX up and running on the front end, we're taking 25% of all those transactions, 25% of all of those sales that are coming in, all right, as people are purchasing up to 20 million tokens, and they're going straight to, they're going to get divvied up to the Platinum members that are in here. We allocate those off to the side and we airdrop them into the Platinum members' accounts. This, guys, is crazy, okay? This is crazy. Why would we do this? Well, again, it's just another thank you, right? As people are coming in and purchasing those tokens on the front end, what ends up happening is they're purchasing them out of the max supply. So those folks are purchasing those tokens, they come into existence. Think of them as credits. They need those tokens to run their trades, open their trades, close their trades. When I go back and we take a look at this right here, let's go back in here. Boom. All right, right here. These trades that were open, closed, and executed by our members, right? If this would have happened in Karbon DX, every time those trades open and close, every time we open up a new trades, they need credits to power those. When they purchase those credits, 25% of all of them, up to 20 million tokens, are going back to the platinum members. Nutty, right? It's crazy. This is crazy. 20 million tokens, nuts. The next thing that we're doing, and this is kind of fun, is we want the platinum members to vote. So we're opening up all of our platinum members will be on our platinum board. They'll be able to go ahead and vote on future developments, systems to really shape the direction of this whole project and everything that we're doing. And they're in a platinum only Telegram chat where I'm in there. We got our support stuff in there and so on and so forth. Yeah. And Sean says it's a DAO, baby. And this is going to be a hybrid DAO, right? Because DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, they have some drawbacks. They have good things that they're about that they work with them, and they have bad things, right? So we're doing kind of a hybrid with this. Anyone who has our tokens, we're going to give them voting rights to vote on different projects, future things that we're doing, and so on and so forth. Because here's the thing, we don't know what's going to happen in 5 years from now, right? We don't know where the markets are going to be or what new technologies are going to come out. I don't know that anyone on this call could have anticipated some of the things that have came into the crypto space, right? When you say the word DAO, for those of you who know what that is, it's a decentralized autonomous organization. Most people didn't, even the crypto space, it didn't exist 10 years ago. It wasn't a thing, right? The NFTs weren't a thing 2 years ago, okay? So whatever changes come in the crypto space, whatever comes over the horizon that I don't think any of us can predict, when we move into those projects, we move into those things together, we'll be able to come together and vote on which ones we want to go ahead and get into first, right? So cool. Yeah. So platinum members, merchandise. We're going to be doing some platinum hats and the token. This right here, guys, this is the actual physical token. In 3 weeks from now, the minting starts on these. And they're going to be sent out to all the platinum members. So we can actually have the physical token. Again, I was in the military and tokens are huge for me. I don't know if you guys can see that back there, but these are different tokens that I received from different people or different units I was involved with or awards and something like that. I'd get these tokens given to me over the years. And it's very customary. For any of you who are retired military, right? You know about this, right? You have tokens. You probably have something like that sitting in your house because they're challenge tokens. We're doing the exact same thing. We're sending physical tokens to everybody. So yeah. Marcus says, yep, coins I do. It's a big part of our culture. I want everyone that's in the platinum program to have this physical token in their hands. All right. So let me go ahead and pause this. I want to go ahead and see what we got for questions real quick. Let me go ahead. There we go. Let me pop on in the chat and what we have for questions. All right. There we go. Cool. All right. What makes it a hybrid? On the DAO, for the decentralized autonomous organizations, Sean's asking, hey, what makes that a hybrid when it comes to the DAO side? Well, most DAOs can't do stuff. They can't buy things. It's very clunky. It's very cumbersome. You don't have a core team that can execute, and they can't do legal things. So definitely, we're doing a hybrid approach. The part that we want for the DAO is people being able to vote on the different projects, right? Putting your source code out there, Martin, Sean, for those DAOs is you're giving people a way to then go ahead and be able to hack your stuff. So we're definitely not doing that. So some of those negatives we just want to get rid of. So yeah, for those of you who know what DAOs are, that makes sense for you. As you don't, it's cool. Total carbon supply, 300 mil. That's how many code tokens. Okay, Sean says, how many token allocations? Is there 25 million allocated to platinum members? That actually depends on what price those members purchase it at. So if it stayed at 20 cents the entire time as we're building out the liquidity pool, then the token price, you'd have 60 million allocated, but it doesn't, right? It goes up in value. So it'll be around 25 to 30, exactly. Depending on what prices people are buying at, how that pushes it up, right? So it depends on people and how they buy it. So it's just over 1 million person could buy them all. No, they'd need more like 6 to 12. Yes. So white paper, those of you who are in our platinum program, I'm going to get that out to you guys first. What I don't want to confuse you with is this. There's two different programs here. One, all right, is this right here, right? This portion. The Karbon Platinum program that we're opening now is a different animal. The white paper gets into swaps, liquidity, right? And partners and how that functions, not the Karbon Platinum program. Because once this closes down, this is like Fight Club, right? You don't talk about Fight Club. It's over. It's just us and we're running the show together. So this isn't a white paper thing. This is, which is nothing more than K-value liquidity pools and different projects that we're putting in, the projects that I showed you here today. So yeah, but we don't want to confuse people because they'll read that and go, wait a minute, I thought you said this about the Platinum program. So I'm going to get this out to Platinum members that already understand the Platinum program, because the question will be, your white paper says this. Yeah, that's for other people that aren't involved, that are not in the Platinum program. You are. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. Can we refer Karbon members to protocol? Absolutely, and you'll earn five levels deep for sure. Yep. It's in your. Eric says, sorry, bad math there. It's in your defense. It's impossible to do the math because it depends on how much people are coming in from. Someone comes in, drops $1 million. They bought the token here. The price will fly straight up, right? And that changes that math that you're looking at. How is the current sales going? Pretty good. We've kept this quiet, guys. So for those of you who know about this, we've kept it ridiculously quiet. Pretty much anyone outside of a very small group of people has not heard about this, and it's already going fantastically well. I'm going to start pushing it out to a lot of folks that'll crush this thing. Are coins to be used by customers on a pay per trade basis or based off of value of trade? Love the question. So it's based off of the value of the opening trade. So when somebody comes on Karbon DX on the front end, they can go ahead and if they put in, if they put in $10 in their account, it's gonna cost them less to open up a trade on their accounts than it would somebody opening up a trade for $1,000. Just like the fees you find on a lot of these platforms, right? It's the more money they're opening that trade with means the bigger reward they can get, means it takes more Karbon token to power that trade. Okay, does that make sense? And the question I'm getting from outsiders is how they know it's a legit coin, which is actually a very valid question because in the space it's crazy. I don't know how to explain that, and that's why I'm asking for a smart contract. Yes, so there's two smart contracts at play. Right, Damien? One smart contract number one is concerning just the platinum members. And that's just nothing more than building the funds to put into a liquidity pool, right? Once the platinum program ends, we shut everything down for 2 days, we establish liquidity pool, and then a different smart contract goes online for the rest of the application, right? This smart contract becomes invalid because no one can use it anymore. It's over. So that's kind of how it works. So the second smart contract won't be out until the platinum program is concluded, right? So there we go. Make a Loom Karbon AI. Take support snapshots. Yeah, appreciate you, Sean. It's funny, right? Because for everyone outside that doesn't know what we've done, everyone outside that doesn't know where we've been and what we've been doing, they don't really know us, right? And this space has been filled with some really garbage products, guys, like really garbage projects that have come out with no intentions of helping an actual community, right? So they haven't done this kind of stuff. They don't have this kind of track record. Most of the projects that pop up are an idea and people go, hey, that's a really cool idea. That sounds wonderful. But the reality is they haven't been running anything. There's no projects that are running. They haven't done anything. Meanwhile, here we come along with a program that has been opening, closing, and executing trades, has its ups and has its downs, right? As the software gets worked through and improved for 18 months. And now we get to take that and decentralize that, turn that into a decentralized project, give it to people who need it. They don't even know they need it. Give it to them as a way to open and close their trades. And it's in order to do that, they have to purchase the token to run it. That right there, just one of the projects in here, is just light years ahead of anything else that exists out there, because those other things are just simply ideas that may or may not ever happen and have zero track record, right? Basically, you're purchasing those tokens to, outside of here, to fund a project that does not have a track record of doing anything. And people do that all day long. Whereas we step in and go, look, we've been running this trading platform for the last year and a half. We've been working on it, improving it, perfecting it. We're rebuilding the whole thing from the ground floor up for a decentralized application that anyone can run these trades on. And this is just one of the things that we're doing. And then we're getting out in front of those folks. And that's just one part of your utility. Insanity, right? So it's a totally different ballgame from what has been happening out there. And the best time to do this, the reason why we're doing this now and not at the top of the next bull run, is because the best time to open up something like this is right at the bottom of a bear market. You want to open it up where no one's really paying attention. This is the time where you build, get things out there, and boom, are able to go to the moon. So this is what we're looking at. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. If you don't have, let me give you guys something. If you don't have this, you'll need it. Let me open this. And again, when people are using the Karbon platform on the front end, this is for people that typically open and close trades, right? Typically for folks that open and close trades. They're doing this on a daily basis, right? If that's your world, then you know how many people are in there. You know what the use case and the potential of this is. Nutty. For those of you who have never been in that kind of world, it's a little bit of a different scenario, but there's 40 million of them to use this. Pretty crazy. So yeah, bottom of the market before the flip. Let me go ahead and grab you guys. I'm going to give you guys something. I'm going to give you a link to go ahead and get into our front end Telegram chat. We have 2 Telegram chats that we're running right now. Chat number 1 is for members in the protocol, and we'll keep you updated on stuff, and it helps you get started, shows you how to do this. And then we have chat number 2, which is simply for our platinum members. So I'm going to toss this in here and give this to everybody, so you have a way of keeping in contact. Okay, and we can help you out. Our support staff's in there. We can help you get up and running. Answer any questions that you have, so on and so forth. And then on top of that, once you're in the platinum program and you get in here, right, and the minimum is $1,000 to get in the platinum program. There is no maximum. Minimum is $1,000. Once you're in, right, you'll see this pop up where this is visible up until that point, right, where it says, join the platinum members Telegram group. In that Telegram group, that's where the platinum members are communicating back and forth, right? We're doing stuff in there. So you'll want to be in there once you get into Karbon. So the one I gave you is for non-platinum members. This one is for platinum members, okay? Just want to give you that. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Get back with the person who brought you here. If you already have a Karbon account, you can just go in here, connect it to MetaMask. There is a video that will walk you through how to go ahead and do this if you so choose. Go click here. It'll open up, and then there's a video that walks you through, right, how to go ahead and purchase, how MetaMask works, all that kind of stuff, right underneath of this page on the Karbon Platinum program. You can get involved, get into that Karbon Platinum group, and when you get in there, let us know. Just introduce yourself, all right? So we can see you. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate you guys. Love you. And let's crush it out.